Hello and welcome to the MNTV and my match reaction after Liverpool somehow found a way once again to pick up all 3 points. A massive victory on the road, this time at Selhurst Park against Crystal Palace. Liverpool 2, Roy Hodgson's Palace 1. And yeah, not pretty, not free-flowing, not anywhere near perfect, quite frankly. But like I say, Liverpool find a way. Good teams find a way. Teams that win stuff tend to find a way of winning games. And the Reds have done it again. Somehow, far from brilliant, really, quite frankly, across the board. The first hour especially it was turgid at times, it was disjointed at times. It just looked like a typical unfortunate Liverpool away performance, really. Certainly at 12:30 against a side that come into the game struggling on the back of a couple of poor defeats. Roy Hodgson sort of railing against the fans as well. Liverpool would have gone there. I went there feeling full of confidence, thinking that we should be able to just sort of sweep them aside, have too much strength for them. They were missing a few big players as well. Check the Corvée and Eze, a couple more key players out missing. But credit to Palace, I guess they kind of brought us down to their level, I think it's fair to say. But we should have been better. Quite frankly, we should have been much better. But ultimately, none of that matters because Liverpool once again come from behind to get the win. The first half went by without incident, really. A couple of major talking points from a Liverpool standpoint were Alisson making an incredible save to keep the score at 0-0, and moments later Palace were initially given a penalty for a foul by Virgil van Dijk, but on VAR review, which took about 20 minutes, they eventually awarded a free kick in Liverpool's favour for a foul on Endo by Will Hughes. Nailed on foul, came right through the back of him. Just pushed him to the ground, basically. It shouldn't have taken as long as it did, but of course it did, because this is officials in the Premier League we're talking about, and nothing's ever easy, as we now know. Liverpool going at half-time. Yeah, wasn't good, to be honest with you. Had to be improvements in the second half. Didn't really come. We had a lot of possession, but weren't able to create anything particularly clear-cut, I think it's fair to say. Once again, the attacking lineup, the front three, the Salah, Núñez, Diaz, none of them really clicking, all having off days, not for the first time in recent weeks. So that does kind of need addressing, but ultimately Liverpool do go 1-0 behind, and it is from a penalty. And once again, it's Quansah. He's a little bit late to it, to be fair. It's I think it's Edouard gets there just before him, nicks the ball away, and Quansah does catch him. So no real complaints. I don't think it's a nailed on pen, but no massive complaints about a penalty. There is contact, but the problem is it takes 1 minute and 45 seconds between that and the ref actually stopping play for it. The whole time, sort of behind the scenes, VAR is continuing to check, and we were informed of that by the telly and the commentary. But it has to be quicker. And what baffled me is they're able to sort of bring a halt to the game mid-play, because Liverpool had possession when eventually the ref did stop it. They can do that for him to go and look at the screen and check whether it's a penalty or not. But when Luis Diaz scored at Spurs the other week, they're not able to stop the game to bring it back for a perfectly legitimate goal. No, that's not allowed. Common sense might prevail. But anyway, didn't matter. Mateta scored the penalty, sent Alisson the wrong way, 1-0 Palace. And at that point, I have to admit, I feared the worst a little bit, because Liverpool have been poor, abject for large parts, to be honest. But it didn't matter, because Jordan Ayew got sent off for 2 yellow cards. Now, the way the commentators are going on, and indeed the world is going on, you'd think it was a straight red. It wasn't. It was 2 silly yellow cards, basically. He stood in the way of a free kick, which Virgil van Dijk wanted to say quickly. Yellow card given for that when Virgil smashed it in his direction. Booking, fair enough, nailed on yellow. And then he brings down Harvey Elliott on the retreat. So it's a bit of a tactical foul, a bit of professional foul, the sort of foul you see yellow cards given for week in, week out. And yet still people are bemoaning it. Nailed on for me. Ayew had no complaints either, off he went. And that changed the game completely. Liverpool all of a sudden had more energy, we were more intense, we were moving the ball quicker, the quality was better. I think the changes helped. I think Gakpo and Gomez down the right hand side combined really well, and it was that combination that brought about the equaliser. Gomez fed Gakpo on the overlap. Gakpo, the lovely dink cross to the back. It's kept alive, and it's Curtis Jones who sets it, and he sets it for Mohammed Salah, who strikes the ball, takes a terrible, wicked deflection and goes in. But Jones was wiped out in the process as well. So even if Salah didn't score it, it would have been a penalty to the Reds. But Salah found the back of the net by hook or by crook a little bit. Probably not the way he envisaged his 200th Liverpool goal going in. I think he would have liked it to have been a little bit more aesthetically pleasing than that one. But again, doesn't matter how they go in, they all count. Certainly when you're 1-0 down away from home. Salah makes it 1-1. And at this point, we really do feel like we can go on and nick it. Once again, can we be that team that turns it around, finds that little bit of extra in the dying stages? And it's funny, actually, because the board goes up for 10 minutes and all of a sudden you're buoyed again. You think 10 minutes, we can absolutely nick this. They're down to 10 men. It's a little bit of a siege at this point from the Reds. But literally, as the board's probably still on its way down, Harvey Elliott takes control of the ball. And he'd been really good when he came on as well, actually really busy, really lively, like he so often is, certainly from the bench this season. Driving the ball, and he shimmies to go one way and he fires it back inside and he beats the keeper. The keeper's just come on, by the way. Beats him at his near post. It's a stunning strike. It really is. Loads of pace, loads of precision. It actually does hit with the inside of his left, but even then it beats the keeper all ends up. Like, it's past him before he gets there. It's a stunning goal from Harvey, and it meant the absolute world to him as well. His celebration was massive in front of the travelling cop. Big moment. Liverpool managed to hang on for the remaining 9.5 minutes or whatever it was. A couple of free kicks, a couple of corners caused us a few little heart attacks, but yeah, job done. Not great, not pretty, but 3 points. So ultimately, who gives a shit? Liverpool, 3 points, top of the league as well. Liverpool top the league. Arsenal playing later on today, of course, at time of recording. Aston Villa away, never an easy place to go. Hopefully that remains true for that game as well. And then, of course, Manchester City play Luton tomorrow. So we'll wait and see what they bring. But hope springs eternal. The Reds are top. The Reds are finding a way. And Harvey Elliott was the hero. So until next time, take it easy.